YouTube, how's it going? The GOAT House is back. Heading into NFL Week 8, I got my updated power rankings for the rookies. The rookie rankings for the 2021 season, updating these every week. A lot of movement this week, actually. Last week not so much. Some guys improving their play, obviously having big games going up. No change at the very top, though. Somebody's ahead by a good amount there, obviously. I think everyone knows who it is. But we're going to break these down every single week. We got regular power rankings, ranking teams as well, and weekly picks, score predictions, all kinds of content. Covering the trade deadline as well. Few videos out on that and more to come here as we approach that. Any big trades, we'll grade them if they go down by next Tuesday, which is the deadline. So join us on Twitter. Live updates there. Link down below if you want to follow that Twitter. Again, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Much appreciated. Here's our Twitter. A lot of updates. We got Thursday Night Football tonight. Really excited about that, so join us. So looking at 15 up to 11, we see some new entries. Eric Stokes still at 15. They got some injuries there at the cornerback position. He's been filling in there. 14, Greg Newsome back up. When we started the rookie rankings a few weeks back, Greg Newsome started in here, and then because he was playing very well, and then he missed a few games, so that got him out. But now coming back in, he had a really good game against the Broncos last week. He's been locked down. It feels like teams might be attacking a guy like Denzel Ward more than Newsome. There's a reason for that, maybe. Just the only thing about him is just continuing to stay healthy. He never has really major injuries, but these minor injuries pop up. That was kind of the little bit of the risk out of Northwestern, but he's a phenomenal tight coverage corner here. Osa Digizua's been on the list the whole time. He stays at 13. He had a bye last week. Trey Smith goes down a little bit, allowed some pressure versus Tennessee last week, but overall is a good pick for the Chiefs. He's been very solid. Very impressed with Jalen Waddle. He's getting going pretty consistent over the last few weeks. It seems like he's their best receiver. I know Will Fuller's been out, but he seems like he's kind of their go-to guy. And he's what I like is he's a do-it-all guy. Some people think this guy's just a deep threat because of his speed and his tracking ability. Very good underneath, very good across the field in traffic as well. So I really like what I see from Jalen Waddle so far, especially this last chunk of games. So he wasn't ranked. He's up to a number 11. It's good to see him playing well. Next group of guys here, Crete Humphrey staying put at 10. Azeez Ojulari, who we were kind of talking about in the honorable mentions, just missed the cut for a bit. Boosts all the way up to number 9. He started the first few weeks playing pretty well. Not crazy productive, but productive. And then got quiet for a little bit, which resulted when we started the rankings. We didn't start on week 1. Resulted in him kind of being just missed the cut. But he had a monster game against the Panthers, got 2.5 sacks, was all over the place. I had him as my second highest rated pass rusher, and we're seeing why. He's pro ready, he's getting the production. He really fits that Giants defense, exactly what they need too, because they get pass rush, but they get it from their defensive line, not really their edge rushers, which are outside linebackers in their scheme. So now getting Ojulari going, that's huge. Helps out the other guys, open things up for those guys, and those guys like Leonard Williams kind of opens things up for Ojulari as well. So good to see him playing well. He got a big boost up to number 9. Najee Harris sticks at 8 at a bye week last week. Jeremiah Wu Sukuramo has been one of the better rookies this year. Defensive rookies is definitely on his way down because of the unfortunate injury, so he'll probably continue to make his way down. He may, another game out, another good play, he could be off the list next week, and it's just because, we're basing things off. It's going to be 8 games after this week. It's not the biggest sample size, even though it's getting bigger, obviously. It's not the biggest sample size, so missing consecutive games definitely does not help you in a system like this. Odafe Ways made some big-time impact plays this year. He did move down 1, a little quiet last week, but it's mainly because other players I had to move up. And we see those other players. So Rashaan Slater has been fantastic. He moved down, mainly because he caught the bye week, while there was 2 other players, as you can tell on your screen, that I felt like I had to move up. Micah Parsons, same situation as Slater. He's been excellent for the Cowboys. Bye week, though, with no play. And again, we're basing this only off 6 games for a guy like Parsons and Slater, and then 7 games total for some of the other guys. Some of the other guys, a lot of guys some guys have had buys, so it's tough. One big game when they're this close could change things. But Kyle Pitts, another monster game. It was kind of like when in doubt, you throw the ball up to Kyle Pitts. he was pretty consistent and pretty productive, before the Jets game, but getting up to the Jets game, they started to realize, hey, we got to feed this guy, and they did that, and they come back this week, and they kind of do the same thing against the Dolphins, whenever they're in doubt, throw the ball up to Pitts, when they had a problem, we need to get down the field with 2 minutes to play, let's get the ball to Pitts a couple times there, so big-time player, moving up 6 spots, see why he was a top-tier player in the draft. He's been fantastic for them. Mac Jones, I put up the number 2. He's up 4 spots. By far has been the best rookie quarterback. I think Trevor Lawrence was on the list last week. Moved him off mainly because he had to buy, and other guys had to move up. I thought Aguilar, Newsome, Waddle based on their play, but he could be coming too to kind of compete for Mac Jones. But Mac Jones has been ridiculous, and he had a great game last week, assisting his team, putting up 54 points. Been very accurate, very smooth, patient, calm under pressure. Doesn't faze him. Love to see that. Accurate throws under pressure as well. So Mac Jones up to number 2. Look at that. The 5th rookie quarterback take. The 5th quarterback take in the draft is by far the best right now. And Jamar Chase is 1. And again, it doesn't take much to change a lot of these things because we only can base things off 7 or so games. So I can't rule out anybody catching Jamar Chase for sure. There's a lot of season left, but it's going to be tough. I can't really predict anybody to actually catch him. I mean, Mac Jones being a quarterback, doing what he, if he leads the Patriots to the playoffs, sure, maybe. Kyle Pitts, what he's been able to do, yeah, he's got a shot right now. But Jamar Chase is kind of in a league of his own right now. Not only the best rookie, but looking like one of the best receivers in football. You could argue he might be the best right now. It's ridiculous, I mean, it's not crazy surprising because, I did think highly of him, and a lot of us did. Elite prospect. Haven't seen a guy like this in a long time. So, and he's got Joe Burrow. He's got other weapons out there to kind of spread things out. So that definitely helps. But, this guy's a ball player. We see that all over the field. We see how dominant he is downfield, attacking the ball, fighting off defender without interfering, but getting things going over the middle of the field, breaking tackles. Big game against the Ravens, so he only helped himself. If he wasn't ranked 1 already, probably based on that Ravens game, he might have made himself number 1, but he already was there, obviously. So, other guys, Rondale Moore just dropped out. Been fantastic this year, though. Trevor Lawrence is coming. Surtain kind of been in and out. Devontae Smith very, very close. Been pretty productive. I think if he had a better quarterback, he'd easily be on this list. Russo's been good. Samuel started a little stronger. Javonte Williams, the matter of getting him the ball more. We keep talking about that. We see the talent is there. Samuel Cosme's been very good, mainly run blocking as a tackle for Washington. A lot of good rookies. Even past there, beyond that point, there's a lot of good rookies. So this is kind of it's really a select few. Even though we kind of talked about quite a few guys, it's really a select few based on the amount that are playing. And I'm very impressed with a lot of these guys. These receivers look good, including Pitts, who plays receiver and tight end there. And I talk about it every week, just waiting for the quarterbacks to try to catch Mac Jones. It feels like Trevor Lawrence can do that. Zach Wilson hurt, Justin Fields struggling, Trey Lance hurt, so that makes it tough. It feels like it's Mac Jones, and then a pretty big gap, then Trevor Lawrence, and then a massive gap after that. But a lot of season left, and there's time for these guys to kind of get in their groove, which makes sense, that they're not in it yet and they can get there. So they definitely can get there. So we'll see the changes as we approach the second half of the season here. But that is going to wrap up my rookie rankings heading into Week 8. We got a Thursday night game. Rondale Moore plays tonight versus Eric Stokes, so things can definitely change tonight with some good play there. So excited about that. We'll be covering it on Twitter, of course. Make sure you follow that link down below. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Full NFL coverage here, weekly picks, power rankings, a lot more, covering the trade deadline as well. So join us. Check out those videos. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.